this weekend were really Thursday and Friday of last week. I kind of have been making more of an effort to take the weekends off in a lot of ways just because it's summer and I want to make sure I give myself extra time off, even though I love to keep doing things. But I had a really nice weekend. I went and saw a friend yesterday, which was really nice, and I read a shit ton. I'm gonna give a little book update later on in the day, but it's like 9:30 right now. I just finished doing yoga. I'm going to go check on the cat I'm taking care of and then make some matcha. But I'm really excited for today. As I said, I want to give you guys a book update. I want to work in my studio. I just got some new art supplies, and I also want to start planning out my next print drop and budgeting that and planning out which ones I want to get prints of. I already have a solid idea of quite a few that I want to get prints of, but yeah, I'm excited.
Good morning. Hi. Hi. Hi.
Spent the past hour like editing, and it's almost 11. I think it's actually 11 o'clock right now, but I'm about to read while one of my videos are exporting, so thought now would be the perfect time to give you a little update on what I'm currently reading. So I'm currently on a poetry kick, but I'm also currently in the process of reading 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books, and I'm about to start another one. Like all of these, a couple of these I've been in the process of reading for a while, a couple I just picked up. I'm kind of a mood reader, so I like read certain genres and certain subjects at certain times, if that makes sense. But I also have 2 poetry books that I took off my shelf. The Sun and Her Flowers by Ruby Carr and Whiskey Words in a Shovel by R.H. Sin. I'm in a poetry kick right now, so I've been reading like a poetry book every couple of days. Like I can breeze through these in one sitting, honestly. But I thought I'd give you a little run through of what I'm reading right now because I'm reading some incredible books. A full-fledged video about like what I read this month will be coming out, but these are, I don't know, I want to talk about the stuff I'm reading because I'm really excited about it. I've read 9 books this month, I think, so far. I'm reading this book by Eckhart Tolle, A New Earth. It's taken me a while to like get into. Not that it's bad, it's just I need to be in the right mindset to absorb what he's saying because I think it's so important, and I'm really, really excited to get further into this book. I'm reading the spell book for new witches. I'm currently like really trying to learn about witchcraft. This seems like a very simple book and it just has like a lot of recipes and I'm excited to learn more about it. Then I'm also reading James Baldwin, Another Country. This is the 3rd book of James Baldwin's that I'm reading. For me, it's hard to get into, but I know his writing is so beautiful, and his writing's so beautiful in this. I just have had trouble, like, continuing, and I also think there are multiple books within this, so that might help. But yeah, I love James Baldwin's writing so much, and again, I have to be in a particular mood to read this because obviously it touches on some really heavy topics, but he's incredible, and I can't wait to read more of his books. Women Who Run with the Wolves is a book I've been trying to get through for like a year and a half now. It's an incredible book. It's just dense, and again, you need to be in a certain mindset to read it so you can like properly absorb the information, in my opinion. But it's such an incredible book, and I really want to make an effort to try to finish it this summer. Like even just reading like 10 pages a day, I would be able to get through it. So that's one of my goals. Kind of in a fiction fantasy slump. I think I'm slowly getting out of it. But I'm currently reading The Ruin of Kings. It's an incredible book so far. Like, I really, really like the writing, but it is dense and definitely high fiction and just has a lot of information, and it's just hard for me to, like, read through it really quickly, so I've just been taking it as slow as I can and just enjoying it. And then this book is incredible. I started this book a couple days ago, How the Word is Passed by Clint Smith. I got this a while ago. I heard about it, I think, on an NPR podcast, and like before it was even released, and I had it and I was like waiting for it, and I actually discovered when I opened it up to start reading it that I got a signed copy, which is so cool. I've never gotten a signed copy of a book before, and I unknowingly purchased it with a signed copy. But this book is absolutely incredible. I think like 70 pages in. I'm gonna read more of this later, and he's basically like going to these historically racist sites in the country like Monticello, and I'm currently reading about the Whitney plantation, and he goes to a bunch of different places that like have a deep history of slavery. But yeah, just talking about like the history of these locations and kind of how they tie into like our education and how we don't learn about these and how they can be taught, and it's a really beautiful, incredible book, and I highly, 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 highly recommend it. It isn't as dense as a history book. I believe he's originally a poet. He went to school for poetry, so like his writing is beautiful and it's just absolutely incredible, and I really recommend it. It's like I can't give it enough praise, and I really want to do like a full-fledged review about this book once I finish it because I have so many thoughts. But yeah, I, again, highly recommend, and I'm really excited to keep reading it. That's all I'm reading right now. I've just read I Felt a Funeral in My Brain, which I finished that in like 3 days, and it's like now one of my favorite books. I've had it for so long and never read it, and I'm glad I read it when I did. But yeah, okay, I just talked for like almost 6 minutes. So I'm gonna start reading some poetry, especially because my video is about like halfway through exporting, so I have like 5 minutes. But I think after this I'm gonna do some painting, and then more reading, and then I'm streaming. So yesterday I went to the art supply store and just got a few random things. I got a big bucket of gesso because I go through gesso quite a bit, and I have a bunch of old paintings I found that I want to use the canvas of. So I think today I'm going to collect all the paintings that I want to paint over and prime it with gesso. And then I got this palette knife that looks like a foot. Camera. Okay, whatever, you get the idea. Because I thought it would be good for grass when doing palette knife, so I'm going to try that out. And then I got like a little fluffy brush that kind of looks like a blush brush because it's a funny word. Because I want to do more blending. I'm doing a lot of sunset paintings, and I know that like these brushes are good for blending. And then I just got white paint, and in the other room I got like a little marker sketchbook because I love doing abstract doodles on marker paper. So I'm actually probably going to do some of those today too. So yeah, lots of fun stuff. But I'm going to pile all of the paintings I want to paint over right now and then start doing that. And then we're going to do some actual painting as well.